Okay, so today's topic, as you all know, that we have a topic nutritional consideration in kids, and which is a very important factor. As students or children are the basic course. So if we train them, so we're gonna have that particular things in future as well. So we have Dr. Priyanka Agrawal, who has done BDS and is one of the university top 10 rankers, and is currently pursuing MDS in pediatric and preventive dentistry. So she'll be sharing her vast knowledge in this particular topic. So over to you, Dr. Priyanka Agrawal, and welcome on board.
Thank you. Let me just share the screen first. So is my screen visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. I hope your Sundays are well. And thank you so much for the Dentoo team for this initiative, a great initiative for all the people for enhancing the knowledge and just delivering the knowledge in oral health and smiles. Then great initiative by Dentoo team. So today I, Dr. Priyanka Agrawal, will be discussing about the nutritional consideration for kids. So basically, as a parent, as a guardian, as anyone of a child, we all are concerned about what a child should eat, what a child should not eat. And we all are concerned, like as in the picture, we can see that we all are concerned that they are not eating any healthy vegetables or any healthy food items, but they are more inclined towards junk foods nowadays, which definitely hamper their health, oral health as well as general health, and both are concerned about a child. So it's a major concern for a parent, for a guardian, to just modify their diet, and the dietary choices are very well established early in life. We cannot just modify the diet at age of 6 years or 10 years, because if a child is just eating something from age of 2 years or a 1 year of age, he will get that taste accordingly. So we cannot just accept that a child should change the dietary habit towards the end of the age, that is towards the 10, 11, 12 years of age. So we should enhance that choices early in life. So now, being a pediatric dentist, I'll be concerned about that how an undernutrition thing leads to decay, a dental caries in a child. Sometimes majorly parents came with this chief complaint that हमारा बच्चा 2 बार ब्रश करता है और कुछ चॉकलेट चिप्स नहीं खाता है, नथिंग एट ऑल, बट देन ऑल्सो उसके दांतों में दर्द है, देन ऑल्सो उसके दांतों में कीड़ा है. दिस इज द फ्रीक्वेंट पेशेंट्स कमिंग ओवर टाइम. This is because of the nutrition only. If a child even brushes for 2 times, if a child even not having chocolates or chips, but yes, somewhere you are lacking and a child is lacking in the nutrition. So yes, it plays a major role in their life. How it affects is basically when we all know that eating undernutrition habits or having a low level of calciums or vitamins leads to cranky bones, leads to calcium decay, leads to calcium deficiency in bones. Basically, this similarly is happening in a tooth. If there is an undernutrition thing, if there is undernutrition in a child, so it definitely affects the teeth as well, because teeth are also made of calciums and vitamins. So yes, it also affects the teeth. So at this situation, when a child is having undernutrition habits, teeth are also susceptible to the caries. Teeth become more susceptible. If a child is just eating 1 chocolate a week, then also the teeth can have a caries. So yes, undernutrition thing leads to that. Secondly, how caries leads to undernutrition is that if you are not concerned about the dental decay, if a child is having pain and he is not complaining it or he is not aware of it, if child is having a dental caries in his mouth, so वो रात को नहीं सोएगा, उसको disturbed sleep रहेगा because of the pain. And yes, children's के लिए sleep are the most important thing, because maximum growth occurs during sleep for a child under 6 years of age. Maximum growth occurs till that. So a child having dental caries is the major concern. We should just approach to a dentist, treat them, and have a good nutrition and a good growth for a child. Now, talking about just a gist of it, recently many mothers asked that till the age of 0 to 6 months, what should a child have? Like he or she may have a water or something like cereals or anything else. No, a complete no. If you give 6 months, if you give anything apart from the best breast milk, it will lead to some disease, it will lead to some complications, it will lead to some kind of dental decay later in life. Till 0 to 6 months of age, you don't have to give anything from the outside. Just the breast milk is overall best method ever for a child till 6 months of age. Then talking about 6 to 9 months of age. Now here you can introduce some kind of infant formula milks which occurs, such as lactogen milk and etc. types. It is basically age related. It is related to like 6 to 9 months, 9 to 12 months. You just can introduce that to a child. But continuing a breast milk till 9 months is recommended definitely. Now talking about how to give a water. Now basically there are many fancy sippers or juice containers in market, but we don't have to recommend that. We really don't have to, because doing that sipping thing, that because of the sippers or because of the straws, the water or the juices mainly sugary contents, stick to the teeth more. It makes the teeth more prone to caries. So we don't have to give that to a child. Just introduce small amounts of water or a juice in an open cup, not more than half a cup till the 9 months of age child. That's it. Then next to 9 to 12 months of age. From here, you can definitely introduce a whole cow milk, as we all like children do consume a whole cow milk in an open cup. Now, what about later? Till 12 months of it's fine. It's majorly the liquid diet, that is water, juices, milk, etc. Now, what about that? What about after 1 year of a child? Then here comes a system of my pyramid food guidance. Now, what is it? Just if there are like mothers and people listening, so just get these charts into your brains and just focus over here that for 1 to 6 years old child, you have to give small amounts of things in different qualities and quantities. For example, there are 6 servings of grain group. Grain group is mainly breads, cereals, roti, dal, sabzi, ye sab. Breads and cereals. Then comes the vegetables and fruit group. Then comes the milk and meat group. So if you're a vegetarian, you don't need to worry about the meat group. There's nothing like vegetarian people have less nutrition or non-vegetarian have more of nutrition. There's nothing like that. So just don't worry about the meat group, and very less about of fats. Now, how much less, how much more, what is the concern? Mothers are concerned, mera beta kuch nahi khata, meri beti kuch nahi khati, ek roti khati hai. Fine, just give small amounts of things, but all the things in this chart. Vegetables, fruits, cereals. In a day, if your child is eating a small amount of, suppose a bread or a small amount of fruit, it's fine. Just give multiple things. It should not be confined to only one thing, like he's eating just chapatis or he's having just the milk. No, it should be a variety of things, but in a small quantities. There's nothing to worry, because at this is a growing age. Children do adapt their appetite. They adapt to their appetite. We don't have to force the food habits to them. Just give them what they want, but in a different qualities and quantities. That's it. Similarly, for 6 to 12 years of age, same other things, grains, vegetables, fruits, but in bigger quantities rather than 1 to 6 years. If a 1 to 6 year of a child is eating, like having a 1 cup of milk, so for 6 to 12 years of child, basically 2 cups of milk is properly giving nutrition to him or her. It's enough. You just don't have to give more than that. Just give different nutrition things to him, fruits, vegetables. Now, how to analyze different things is about mainly the term known as rainbow diet. Now, we know that children got bored with the green vegetables, seeing the green leafy vegetables, they get very bored about it. They are more inclined towards the junk food. Now, how to introduce this? So just take this term rainbow habit. Now, rainbow habit is mainly different colors, fruits and vegetables. R, P, V, G, W and yellow. That is red, purple, green, white, and yellow. Now, just have a habit of yourself or a child to give him two items from each of this chart. For example, from a red group, just provide him a slice of apple or a slice of watermelon a day, like in summer I'm talking about. Then coming to the purple item, about the just give him anything like grapes, anything which is purple in color. Okay, anything, onions, anything. Then comes the green one. Green one include all the green vegetables, peas, kiwi, fruits, that's everything. Then come the white one, and then come the yellow one. So basically this is highly recommended, and this is tested that these color items, these basically include all the best nutrition things. So these color items will have a full-fledged diet to a child. You don't need to give anything else. This include everything basically. You don't have to worry about it. So just focus on eating a rainbow. Every color should have a 2 items that your child is having in a day. It should be of small quantity, but it should be there. It should be just 1 slice of apple or 2 slice of apple, but be होना चाहिए बस ये है. And about the sugars one, how sugars are beneficial or they are not. Like we just cannot say a child that don't eat chocolates, don't eat chips. You can come to, like, people do come to a dentist and saying ये तो बहुत chocolates खाता है, इसको डांटो, इसको बोलो नहीं खाए. You just cannot. जब आप बच्चे थे आपने रोका था क्या चॉकलेट खाना? नहीं रोका था. Nobody can. Always there are cravings. You cannot stop a child eating a chocolate. You cannot stop a child eating a chip. We cannot do that. So how to go about it? कैसे देना है, कहाँ देना है, किस टाइम देना है, किस चीज से कम होगा, कैसी चॉकलेट्स देनी है, should be sticky, non-sticky. I'll be discussing about that. Now, basically what happens is, suppose आपने अपने बच्चे को मील दिया around 2 o'clock. He had lunch. उसका वाटर जो होता है हमारे मुंह में, सलाइवा जो होता है, उसका पीएच बढ़ा, बैक्टीरिया लोड बढ़ा, कीटाणु बढ़े मुंह में. 1 घंटा लगता है उसको नॉर्मल लेवल पे आने के लिए. नॉर्मल अपने मुंह को 1 घंटा लगता है नॉर्मल अपने लेवल पे आने के लिए, उस बैक्टीरिया से फाइट करने के लिए, लड़ने के लिए. उस 1 घंटे के बाद इमीडिएटली आपने कुछ दे दिया उसको, लाइक द चाइल्ड इज क्रेविंग, मुझे चॉकलेट खाना है, मुझे टॉफी खाना है, आपने चॉकलेट दे दिया या टॉफी दे दिया. Again back to that level, pH level, again back to that fighting system. आपके मुंह को, आपके oral cavity को, आपके water को जो मुंह में है, आपके saliva को टाइम ही नहीं मिला फाइट करने का. again and again 1 घंटे बाद फिर उसने कुछ खाया, फिर उसने चॉकलेट चिप्स खा लिया, फिर उसने कुछ खा लिया. again and again you are getting that giving load to your mouth. आपको saliva को टाइम ही नहीं मिल रहा है फाइट करने के लिए. So this happens basically again and again. We are giving load, and this leads to a cavity over a time. Now, how to go about it? Suppose even I have like children in my home. So what I do, just give this have a appropriate time to give it. If like children crave for chocolates, children crave for chips, ice creams. First of all, we do not recommend at the night, after the dinner, basically. And if you have a specific time, सपोज ट्यूसडे को हमें लंच के बाद खाना है, सो इफ चाइल्ड इज क्रेविंग कि मुझे चॉकलेट खाना है, गिव इट विद द मील, नॉट बिटवीन द मील्स. द लोगो इज बेसिकली दिस, गिव इट विद द मील्स, नॉट बिटवीन द मील्स. विद द मील्स मीन्स if he is having 1 chapati, after that immediately give it. Like he wants to have a chocolate, just give it and brush the teeth, rinse the mouth, that's it. Because at that point of time already रोटी खाने के बाद या चपाती कुछ भी खाने के बाद pH हाई जा चुका है. उसी टाइम हम चॉकलेट देंगे, pH हाई रहेगा और फिर एकदम फाइट करेगा हमारा ओरल कैविटी, और फाइट करके नीचे आ जाएगा pH. पर हम 1 घंटे बाद फिर देंगे तो फिर pH ऊपर जाएगा, फिर हमने 2 घंटे बाद कुछ दे दिया फिर pH ऊपर जाएगा. No, not at all, not recommended. Basically this is for the sugary things. No, I'm not talking about other things. So sugars, agar it's in any form of like chocolates, juices, any form, just give it during the meal, not between the meal. This will markedly will decrease the cavity load in your child's mouth or in yourself mouth also. So definitely just enhance this in your habits. don't eat something. We have snacking habits. We just snack between the meals. We snack before the sleep. We snack after the, like in between the sleep. Just we have to modify this habit of ours. So basically, for youngsters, for a very young child, it is said that no juice should be given. Like there is in basically in any scenario, we have this habit. We give juices to child, and how to give, but quantity to give, we really don't know. So 1 साल से पहले there should be no juice given to a child. Till 1 year of age, the best nutrition is breast milk and also sometimes infant formulas, but not apart from then anything else, not at all. Then till 1 to 3 years of age, you can give them juice, but with an open cup, and it should not be more than half a cup. It should be just 125 ml. That's it. It should not be more than half a cup. And for 4 to 6 and 7 to 18 years, it should not be more than 250 ml. Basically, this second size cup. That's it. Because juices in the market, the real one or anything, any kind of juices contains maximum of bad sugars. Now, basically, there are two types of sugars, good sugars and bad sugars. So bad sugars are that which stick to our teeth, also which makes us obese nowadays, because our lifestyle is so modified nowadays. It makes obese also, and also it very well affect the oral cavity, the teeth. So juices basically is not at all recommended more than that. If you want to have, just you can have it from the fresh fruit. Rather, sugars as a fruits, in fruits, like eating fruits is very much beneficial, but sugars in form of juices are worse to have. So yes, that is not recommended. And the system is properly changed. Initially, even till my like when I was young, we had to have sippers, we had to have bottle feeding a lot, we had to have sippers in the like daytime, nighttime. But no, now open cup feeding is recommended. There is a transition from then to now. We need an open cup feeding. We have to enhance this, because open cup feeding does not lead to any kind of dental caries to a child. It should be an open cup feeding. That's it. There should be no sippers like, which is shown in the next last picture, sippers like these or straws. No, because it sticks to the teeth. The sugar component sticks to the teeth. Also, there's no washing action. During an open cup, there is a washing action. So yes, you have to focus on open feeding cup. That's it. Now talking about the fluorides. Now we have talked about the sugars and everything. How to protect the teeth? The recommendation says that it should be like brushing 2 days, rinsing your mouth, eating during the meal, not between the meals. But then also, what is how dental caries occur? Then also there is some like prone to caries. People are prone to caries. People are prone to obesity. How it should be protected? Basically, talking about caries, how it should be protected. So there's a one soldier, that is a fluoride. We maybe we all are familiar, maybe we are not. So let's talk about that. What is a fluoride? हमारा दांत है, we have a teeth, we have a set of teeth. Now, among over that, we should have a layer of fluoride which protect the teeth as a soldier. It make a protective layer. It protect the teeth from bacteria. It protect the teeth. It protect whole of the oral cavity. It protect the teeth. It enhances the saliva function. Saliva function is basically the water pressure in the mouth. It protect that also. So there are 3 subheadings in that. First, fluorides in our water. It have been since ages. We have fluoridated water. There is no need to worry about that. Talking about Delhi or India or abroad, everywhere we have a fluoridated water. Yes, somewhere in the rural areas, in far away villages, we are still struggling with that. But yes, fluoride in water is easily available to us, all of us. There's no need to worry about that. Second, fluoride in toothpaste. Now, what kind of toothpaste a child should have? What kind of toothpaste, like how much quantity and how should it be done? It would be done, everything about that. So fluorides in toothpaste, basically it's kind of topical application of fluoride. It is basically a topical application. Fluoride in water, what we are drinking. fluoride helps in that. Fluorides basically help it formation of the bones as well, also protection of the teeth as well. But fluorides in toothpaste basically is a topical application over the tooth. Okay, so पेरेंट्स डू कम विद दैट 3 साल का बच्चा है या 3 महीने का बच्चा है, कितना पेस्ट करना है, कौन सा पेस्ट करना है. If you have this kind of query, first visit your dentist, because switching to any toothpaste is also harmful. First, you need to understand, or a dentist should see that what is the caries risk of a child, like how much a child is at the risk. That is about the studying factor. Okay, so कितना risk है बच्चे को, उसको टूथपेस्ट चेंज करना चाहिए, नहीं करना चाहिए, कितना करना चाहिए, कौन सा करना चाहिए, that a dentist will tell you. Not like switching a toothpaste is not like that easy or that comfortable to a child also. So basically, if your dentist recommend that yes, a child has a caries risk, you should recommend you should have a fluoridated toothpaste. So some of these options, that is Kids Crest, Cheerio, or GC Toothmooth. GC Toothmooth is basically a costly one and is a US based. But yes, Kids Crest and Cheerio one is easily available in India, and even at the medical stores, it is easily available. It has shows very, very, very good results. So yes, just recommend, just have a like consultation with your dentist and see what your child has a caries, how much child has a caries risk, and then we can switch to a good toothpaste of a child. Now, how much amount it should be done? So it is said that for 0 to 3 years age, that is a very like a very young people, that is 0 to 3 years of age, only this much amount, that is this much amount, the first picture, only the smear layer of fluoride. Okay, just a small amount. It is not the fact like people do say that बहुत ज़्यादा toothpaste लगाते हैं या बहुत time तक करते हैं तो चलो ठीक हो जाएगा, bacterial load कम हो जाएगा, दांत साफ हो जाएंगे. No, you are more like hampering the teeth, abrade कर रहे हो आप दांतों को. It is not the funda. You don't have to do that. बहुत ज़्यादा बार करना है, बहुत टाइम तक करना है, बहुत ज़्यादा यूज करना है. No, not at all. Appropriate time, appropriate thing, appropriate quantity. That's it. There's nothing like बहुत ज़्यादा करेंगे तो ज़्यादा अच्छा होगा. No, not at all. So a smear layer of fluoride toothpaste for 0 to 3 years. Just this amount which is shown in picture is enough. Because इस चीज में child भी swallow नहीं करेगा toothpaste. वो swallow नहीं करेगा, हमें swallow नहीं करवाना है. It can have a side effects as well. Though इतनी easily side effect नहीं होते हैं, but हो सकते हैं. So you don't have to do that. हमें swallow नहीं करवाना है child को. छोटा सा थोड़ा quantity, that's it. Just, and it should be guided. It should be not alone done. It should be guided by a parent or anyone, but it should be guided for 0 to 3 years of child. Then for 3 to 6 years of child, the second picture is that is pea-sized toothpaste. Okay, a small one, again guided, again because 3 से 6 साल के बच्चे भी अकेले नहीं कर सकते हैं. The basic motor qualities develop after 6 to 8 years of age. So 6 साल के बच्चे को भी आप अकेले नहीं बोलोगे. Just he or she should had a guidance. That's it. Then 7 years, it is the third picture which is shown. It is the bristles are completely covered with the toothpaste, and that is recommended. And whether it should be fluoridated or not fluoridated, you should consult your dentist. So the third thing, first was the fluoridated water, then come the fluoridated toothpaste. Now talking about how topically it should be applied. So there is like fluoride varnish, fluoride gels are present. Okay, it's basically we tell as a dentist, as a pediatric dentist, when a 2-year child come to me, I say to him like it's a sweet cream to your teeth. We generally say like this, meethi dawai hai, meethi cream hai, it's a sweet cream to your teeth. We just have to apply this. वो खुश हो जाते हैं कि हाँ हाँ हमें लगाना है, चलो करते हैं. So this is basically just visit your dentist at regular follow-up for this topical application of fluoride, and it is recommended for all of a child. Okay, it should be recommended every 3 to 6 months. Based on how a child is and how the caries risk is of a child. So yes, every 3 or to every 6 months of follow-up, there should be a topical application, and it is not at all harmful. It is not at all like any painful procedure, or children do not like it. Children do like it. We usually say that this is a sweet cream we put, and children do like it, and it's a very like enhancing the strength of your teeth. It should be used. It should be done every 3 months. There is importance of this. It should be used. So yes, this was all about nutrition and some basic concepts which I have talked about, and anything which is regarded to like nutrition. I've just talked about some basic points which parents ask me as a clinician when I do a clinical practice. Like मेरा बच्चा दूध नहीं पीता है, मेरा बच्चा कम खाता है, बच्चे में दर्द 2 बार ब्रश करता है फिर भी क्यों दर्द हो रहा है, फिर भी क्यों कैविटी है. These are basic points which I go through from a parent. So I have just answered that. And if anything else is there, just ask me. You're free to ask me. You're free to ask me here also. You're free to ask me as a mail also. You're free to ask Dento company as well. You're just free. They have their website. They have their website to enhance the oral health. So yes, thank you. And thank you Dento team for this.
Thank you, Dr. Priyanka, for such valuable information and the insights, like how all things we need to take care of as a parent, as a child. Like, I like the technique, the way which you shared, that they have to just apply this small quantity of the toothpaste, tea quantity, because they are quite excited to, like new, everything is new. So just apply it and, just wasting it.
No, actually, even not children, but parents are more excited. Like, हम ज़्यादा लगाते हैं, ज़्यादा साफ होगा दांत. ऐसा नहीं होता है.
So that was quite, informative insight. So we are up here for the questions. If you have any questions, you can write your questions in the chat box. And as Doctor has already shared her email ID, so you can, contact her directly for any how to. So Nikitisha Mukherjee has a question. So she writes, how to treat caries in a kid. So where is...
Okay, yeah.
Can you unmute yourself, Nikitisha, so you can talk to the doctor directly?
Yeah. Okay, I'll answer that.
You can just answer, yeah.
Yeah. So the question is how to treat. First of all, if caries has already occurred in the tooth, अगर दांत में already कीड़ा लग चुका है, अगर caries हो चुका है, so आप treat नहीं कर सकते उसको. You have to go to a dentist. It should be treated with the proper techniques. Already हम ऐसा कुछ नहीं है यहाँ पे दवाई इस दुनिया में जो कीड़ा लग चुके और कीड़ा घर बैठे खत्म हो जाए, फिर हमारी जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी ना डेंटिस्ट की. So you don't have to, तुम कर ही नहीं सकते हो वो चीज, कीड़ा ऑलरेडी लग चुका है. But yes, from birth आप ये जरूर कर सकते हो एज अ पेरेंट कि कीड़ा ना लगे. प्रिवेंटिव थेरेपी आप कर सकते हो, थेरेप्यूटिक आप नहीं कर सकते हैं. ओके, प्रिवेंटिव में likewise I have said proper oral hygiene, proper diet, it should be recommended. That's it. It should be a preventive approach and follow up every 3 months. So basically one thing I would tell here, in India, it is not happening. It is just not happening. And as a young caller, as a young budding person in dentistry, I will really like to I really like to do this in India. But in abroad, it happens. Every child has a pediatrician from 0 age. Okay. So every child has vaccination schedule. Dental schedule is also there in abroad till their birth, since their birth. Okay. जब बच्चा पैदा होता है तब से एक dental visit होती है every 3 months. This is not happening in India. So if this happens in India every 3 months, that fluoride application, dental visit, majority of caries will be decreased. Majority. Like it's a therapeutic technique only. Okay, so that's it. That's my answer.
Okay, so she has, in addition to it, she has written, what are the direct or indirect restorative ways? Is it same as adult?
Sorry, I cannot get it.
She has written in the chat box, what are the direct or indirect restorative ways? Is it same as adult?
Yeah, no, not exactly. Restorative things are different from the adult of a child. For a child, restoration, first of all, is different. We basically go for a conservative approach. And secondly, we go for a fluoride restorative materials, which I have discussed. Basically, fluoride plays an important role in children. So if we go for a fluoridated restorative materials, not like adults. Then secondly, for an extensive one, that is a direct restorative materials like crowns. For children also, crowns come in very different sizes and shapes. Like they're different, available in market. They're different sizes, they're different shapes. But for adult, we don't have that. For adult, we have to take the impression, we have to drill it, we have to do a lot of things. But for the children, because children are always so cranky also and so uncooperative sometimes, so the things are much easier.
Okay, she written fluoride application won't harm to the growth of a child.
No, not at all.
Not in bones and teeth development.
No, not at all. It will not harm. It should be done in a proper quantity and should be done in a proper manner. So it will not harm. And that's why I have just said that caries risk analysis is important of a child. Mera caries risk is not similar to yours one. Aapka saliva function दूसरा है, मेरा दूसरा. Every individual is different. So caries risk analysis and then fluoride application will never harm a child, never at all.
Okay, there is a person who has written the question is not related to the current topic, but Pratishtha Khatkar wants to know your piece of advice regarding use of pacifiers. Do you recommend that?
Yes. So I've been recently very much studying about the pacifiers. So yes, pacifiers हम बहुत सुनते हैं कि pacifier से caries होता है, pacifiers use करने से sucking habits develop होती है. Apart from all the disadvantages, pacifier बहुत अच्छी चीज है for a young child. Young child, I mean till the age of 9 months. 9 से 12 months, 9 months तक अगर बच्चा नहीं छोड़ रहा है pacifier, fine, don't worry about it. 9 से 12 months के बीच में just taper it. अगर बच्चा 2 घंटे कर रहा है तो just taper a little, 1.5 घंटा, 1 घंटा, half an hour. But yes, till 12 months of age, pacifier habit should be cancelled, should be removed for a child. Because 12 months के बाद क्या होता है, सारे दांत आ जाते हैं हमारे बेबी के. ओके, pacifier से it's like a sucking thing. Pacifier is a sucking thing. So pacifier से सारे दांत आगे की तरफ ऐसे tilt होने लगते हैं. Okay, there is tilting of the teeth. There is modifications in the bone which is happening. Growth is happening. So para mahina that there is these forms, these associations which say that till 12 months of age it is completely fine. You can have the child, you can give pacifiers to them, but not the sweeteners one. Say again, not with the juices and all, just a plain pacifiers. Because उन pacifiers से उनको एक comfortableness मिलती है, उनको एक ना satisfaction मिलती है बच्चों को और sucking habits basically.
Okay, Nikitisha has added fluoride application as you told about. So she is asking, can you tell me what are the restorative materials to use for children, use on children?
Restorative materials like what we are using are GIC materials. I don't know, you will be aware of that, because in adults it is totally different. It is some silver materials like amalgam or it is composites. But in children, they are fluoride releasing like GIC, glass ionomer cements. Or then if there is extensive caries, like a very grossly decayed tooth is there, then we go for crowns. That's it.
Okay, so any other questions? And Nikitisha, your ma'am has already shared her email ID, so you can even ask your questions directly.
Yeah, definitely. Later on. I can share the pictures of crowns and restorations of my patients. So yes, people can see that also through my mail.
Okay, so thank you so much, doctor, for such a valuable information. And if you have any queries, you can even write to us at Dento, or you can even directly contact to Dr. Priyanka Agrawal. And later on, this recording would be saved. So in case if you have missed any of the points or the starting one, so it will be uploaded on YouTube. Then you can check it later on. So thank you so much. And people are appreciating in the chat box that Pratishtha writes, thanks, Dr. Priyanka, and such a valuable session. Thanks, ma'am.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. Everyone have a great day and enjoy your Sunday. And I hope that these tips and tricks will help you out. So thank you once again, doctor.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dento team, for this initiative. And really very, very past webinars I've also seen. They are quite informative. So yes, for public, it is quite informative, I think.
Thank you so much. It is our just motive to spread the awareness, because generally, we know that it is, we have to brush, but the ways and techniques and what all precautions to measure. So there we lag behind. So thank you for, putting that spotlight.
Secondly, people are going through Googles and Google industry is happening. So we really don't want that to happen.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Okay. Thank you.